taking it day by day. I think he's pretty much healthy enough to go in there and play. So, I'll let Riley answer that whenever he comes out here. But from my standpoint, I think Riley looks really good.
But for a team like Minnesota, a lot of RPO type stuff, discipline for you guys? I mean, is it eye discipline? What are you kind of keying in for a team like this?
Oh yeah, it's definitely eye discipline. You have to make sure you're on top of what you're reading. Make sure your run keys. If you're supposed to fit the run, make sure you fit the run. If you're supposed to play pass, make sure you're playing pass at all times because you never know when the ball might be coming out, either on a run to your side or a pass to your side with a quick screen or with a quick slant or a glance. So you never know. So you just have to make sure you're on top of it every single play because you never know when they're going to hit you with a glance or, like I said, or a double move or or run your way. So you just have to.
Before you got to Iowa, did you pay much attention to the trophy games throughout the Big Ten? I mean, was that stuff that you even noticed?
I'm gonna be honest. No, the only games that I really paid attention to was Michigan, Ohio State, and Michigan State. That was pretty much the only trophy games I really paid attention to. I really didn't watch any other Big Ten teams besides that, really.
So when you've been here for a couple of years, when did the importance of these are big games, like getting that trophy, there's a lot of pride in getting that, when did that kind of set in for you?
I think my freshman year when we played Iowa State and we had the Iowa State music blasting through the entire building and in the weight room, and then we had the trophy out there. We had the music playing in the locker room, and I was just like, whoa. Then on the practice field, the coaches are screaming and yelling, and everybody's moving faster. I'm like, oh wait, this is actually serious. This is actually some serious stuff going on. So that's when I realized these trophy games are actually something that especially here, they're bigger than probably the ones back home. They're just as big as the Michigan State rivalry, Michigan Ohio State rivalry. They're just as big as that, and it's just as much importance on for this team.
Do you let the big guys grab the trophy, or do you ever?
Yeah, I've never really gotten to the front. They kind of a little bit bigger. The trophy is a little heavy. I haven't really tried to pick it up myself, so maybe I might try to pick it up one day, maybe next year. But I just pretty much let the big guys have it. Just get out the way. Just get out their way because they're moving. They're moving to get there.
So it's not like a seniority thing of, we gotta let the older guys grab
No.
The
bigger seniors definitely get it first. They're definitely the bigger ones are definitely the first ones to get there because they're moving to go get it.
I mean, you guys have been on the road, and obviously with the bye week, 3 weeks since you've played in Kinnick.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like going to be finally getting back and playing a home game?
Oh, it's gonna feel good. Just getting back, being there with our fans, 70,000 fans. I think the game is sold out. Just having everybody there, having our fans there, that energy, the wave, being able to wave to the kids. I think that's something that that's just an experience all in itself. So I think that's definitely gonna be something exciting to get back to. After coming off that bye week.
Just to kind of give you a heads up of what can come.
How prepared are you? Do you feel prepared? Did you feel like you were prepared for that stuff Saturday?
I do feel like I was prepared. I mean, all week, we consistently go over the film, go over the game plan, and try to figure out what the best move is and make sure everybody's on the same page going into it.
With everything you have to know, is sometimes running the football the easiest part of your job in some ways?
I mean, I would say kind of. It's the most familiar part.
Sure.
As a running back, since Pee Wee, they just kind of hand you the ball and let you just kind of run around. So I would say running is probably the most simplistic thing, but it's not the only thing.
How good of a blocker were you when you got here?
To be honest, I wasn't the greatest blocker, and that's just because
you didn't have to do it.
In high school it wasn't really a big part of our game.
Mm-hmm.
But coming here and learning how to do pass pro, how to read defenses, and how to pick up blocks, it's really helped me improve as a player.
Do you have to find an enjoyment for that task?
For which task?
For picking up blitzes and blocking and
I wouldn't say necessarily have to find motivation. It's more of just kind of doing what you need to do. And not everything's going to be pretty every play. Not every play is going to be, this long run for a touchdown. And sometimes you just have to get in there and get the ugly yards.
What do you see from Minnesota?
They're a good defense, They have some good players out there, and they have some great coaches, and I feel like it'll be a really good game.
Yeah, you may have been asked this. You probably worked a lot with Alex, being with the number twos and stuff. What have you noticed out of him and how he's developed maybe in this past year and trying to get ready for this spot for him to maybe get some more action?
I mean, yeah, playing with Padilla, you build this teamwork, like this sense of like compatibility with each other just from, going through the offense and like being with each other. And I think he did a great job last week, and I think this is just the beginning for him.
Have you noticed that calmness in practice and stuff? He didn't seem rattled against Northwestern. He didn't seem like the moment was too big for him.
Yeah, I feel like Padilla, he tries to flush out all of it, like as much emotion as he can, and try to stay as calm as possible so he doesn't get overwhelmed with, what's going on, the crowd, the flows of the football game.
And it seems like this offense, whether it's Petrus or Padilla, have confidence in either of them. They can get the job done. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, whoever coach decides to put out there, we have full trust in, and we know that they're going to do their job and help the team move forward. So it's not necessarily who's out there, because regardless of who's out there, we're going to respect them and trust them.
You've seen your role increase the past couple weeks. How have you kind of prepared yourself for that and getting more carries, getting more touches, and hanging around Tyler more and kind of picking his brain? What have you done to kind of elevate yourself?
Yeah, I mean, every time I have a question, I'll either ask Tyler or Ivo just to, see what their opinion is, because they've had multiple games. They played in tough games. They played in big games. They've had, multiple, career-breaking games and stuff. So it's just like picking their brain about some small things of just like things to improve on, things that would help me, what can I improve on as a player, and just kind of getting that feedback from them helps.
Does the cadence change when a different quarterback comes in the ball game?
Not necessarily. I mean,
Did it change, I guess, at Northwestern? Did the cadence change a little bit?
Not necessarily. It just the rhythm of it was a little different, but it's nothing that we can't get used to or adapt to.
Is the playbook the same for Padilla as it was for Petrus?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really change anything. We just kind of did what we were supposed to do and who we are as Iowa football, and we weren't going to change anything.
I've had a feel for it, so.
What's the key to dealing with size like that?
Just staying low. Just got to stay low and try to put all my weight into it. Just fundamentals, getting my hands in the right place at all times.
Thanks.
Yep.
Seems like you had your hands on their quarterback a couple times this past weekend for Northwestern. I mean, every time it just felt like he was able to kind of get the ball right before you're able to get him to the ground. I mean, is it when you don't get that sack, I mean, you still feel like you did enough to get, I guess you kind of pressured him, I guess.
Yeah, of course. I mean, what I want to do is just force as many disruptions as I can. And if I can get there and, make him force maybe throw a ball out of bounds or, maybe throw an interception or something, I'm happy. I'm happy if I can get back there. So.
Yeah. Trophy game this week, anything extra for you on the line? I mean, just playing for some more than just regular game, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we're all excited for the challenge, very excited to hopefully bring the pig back home. We all look forward to that. It's a trophy game, so we're all excited in the locker room about that and looking forward to the challenge.
Of the 3 or 4 trophies that y'all play for, which one is the one that you would, I guess, most want to pick up? I guess. I mean, obviously you want to pick them all up, but
that's
on the
yeah.
Of them, I guess.
Oh, the heaviness of them.
Yeah.
I don't. I haven't really. I guess I haven't really picked. I just touch them, so it's not like I'm picking them up. But that's a good question. I don't really know how much they weigh, to be honest with you. Okay. But I know we all just want to. That's one of our goals actually, is to bring all the trophies home. So, this is a big game for us.
With it,
no weightlifting. No, yeah, leave that to those big boys. The big linemen like Tyler Linderbaum. Shooter. Yeah, we'll let them pick those up.
Gotcha.
Yep.
What are some of the keys to stopping the RPO stuff?
Just being good in the run game. Just again, like I've been saying this, just fundamentals. Reading your keys, and that's going to help us in that aspect.
How good is he, Tanner Morgan, at the RPO? He seems to be pretty good at mesh point.
Yeah.
He's kind of selling it.
Yeah, he is really good at that. We've seen that in film, and he's been there, I think, for as long as I can remember, and he just gets better and better. So that's something we're going to be paying attention to.
Is it hard as a defense? I mean, this is a team that it sucks on their end to lose 4 running backs. I mean, it's almost unheard of. But you guys have to prepare for now this 5th and 6th running backs, guys that you haven't seen in years past. You probably have no clue how to defend, and so you're just having to rely on film.
I mean, you got to think about like the Big Ten. Like every running back is a phenomenal running back, and watching these guys on film, there's really no drop off. You know, they run super hard and they make great cuts, and you're running behind that great offensive line. So, I mean, it's always going to be a challenge every week.
Thank you. All right, man. We heard Alex talk about kind of after the game that he has a pretty solid relationship with the younger wide receivers because obviously he's repping with the twos a little bit more. What's the connection for you guys so far, and how is it any different than the connection you had with Spencer at all, just because you got more reps with?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's different. It's more reps, like you said. When I first got here, he was mainly the only quarterback throwing to Keegan and I. So I think we got our relationship going early, and then him now starting out of the blue. I think it definitely helps that we started that in January as soon as I got here.
I mean, is it like for people who don't everyday person who doesn't really understand the timing that quarterbacks and wide receivers have to build? You just talk a little bit about that. Just what goes into that?
Yeah, so a lot of people outside of the team don't really know what goes into it, but we practice this stuff all year round. Like we got to be perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. A lot of times the media tries to criticize Spencer, Alex, but it just takes a lot to make those throws downfield in stride. I mean, to be a college quarterback, I had a lot of respect for him, man. I mean, it's hard as a receiver, but quarterback, you got to know what every single body in the offense is doing. So,
I mean, and there's a difference too between a guy like Spencer and how he delivers the ball versus Alex as well.
Yeah, there is. Each quarterback has different tendencies, like I said earlier. Like whether that's different throwing angle, different tendencies in the pocket, feeling presence. Alex can, move out of the pocket a little bit. But, yeah.
Your touchdown on Saturday night, obviously, a lot of effort from you. But did you notice Monty Potamall and what he was doing?
Of course. I told Pot I got to take him out to dinner. I still got to do that. But, he had a great block. He drove the dude all the way to the back of the end zone. So, I could go either way with the ball.
I mean, that was incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
both y'all's effort.
It was.
To me on that play. Just getting in the end zone again for you. What does that do for you? I guess week by week, just being able to find the end zone.
It definitely helps me build confidence, man. It's just the greatest feeling in the world. I can't even describe how it feels in the end zone, and especially at an away game, shushing the crowd. So I mean, it definitely helps me build confidence.
That big, you took a big hit out there, but got right up. Is that did it hurt at all, or is it just like?
I mean, during the game, you don't really feel it. That adrenaline's going, so I pop right back up, and I try not to let the other team see that show weakness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The first down symbol right after that.
It was a little too long. I'm glad I didn't get flagged there.
You and Keegan like to do that after.
Yes, sir. We get pretty hyped up. I might need to calm down a little bit.
Is there a little bit of excitement? I mean, you love Spencer. It's nothing against him, but just to rally around a new quarterback and know that it takes the whole team.
I think the whole team's been rallying around him. Spencer, at some schools you see quarterbacks maybe getting frustrated or a little bit salty about getting their job taken, but you don't see that here.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer, he's taking reps behind AP if he's not in, mental reps. He's watching film. He's helping AP. If maybe with things he didn't see during practice, like today, I saw an example. But yeah, there's definitely excitement behind it.
Okay.
Has Alex been getting all the 1 rep set?
Yeah. So far.
Does he look comfortable in that role now?
He's looked pretty good. Him and Deuce. Deuce is obviously at 2 this week. He's been looking pretty good too.
I know we got to talk to Keegan a little bit, but Alex being in that secondary role as the backup quarterback, you probably got a lot of reps with him, maybe more so even than Spencer in the offseason, being a new guy. Do you think that helps with your connection? Because it seems like, at least with you, Keegan, and Alex, you guys, were really gelling well in that game.
Yeah. So, I mean, when we first got here, like I said this a few times earlier, me and Alex and Keegan, we were the ones mainly taking reps with the twos. So I didn't really get reps with Spencer till fall. So I think that getting reps with Alex all throughout spring when I first got here and then a little bit during fall camp has definitely helped.
Were you surprised that he was balling out the way he did?
No, I'm not surprised at all. With the way he practices, I'm not surprised. No.